Also, it's all about finding the right book at the right time. Like maybe your favorite book later, it's not going to be your favorite book now. My name's Eleanor.
And how old are you, Eleanor?
I'm 10.
My first question is, if you had a time machine, what time period would you travel to?
Probably like 2050 or place in the future so I could see my future.
Do you have any idea where you'd be in the future?
Well, when I grow up, I kind of want to be an activist and Olympic ski racer.
What kind of skiing do you like to do?
I ski race. I'm in the Seymour Ski Club. I like just like skiing through the courses and stuff. And activist, by the way, is actor/activist. I can't choose which one I want to be.
Okay. So maybe you can do both.
Yeah.
Like what kind of things would you be interested in acting in? And then what kind of things would you be interested in being an activist for?
Well, for acting in, probably something that's not lovey-dovey, because maybe like an action thriller. And I'd be an activist. Well, I like people's rights and like the rights for communities and stuff. So probably something like that.
What is one of the biggest lessons you have ever learned in life so far?
Probably that you can't be the best at something. I'm still learning that one. Like, if you're good at one thing, you can't be amazing at all of them. Like, you just have to be good at some things and maybe not so good at the others.
That's a good lesson to learn. What is one of your happiest memories?
When I got my dog, or when I watched a funny movie, when I read a really good book.
What is your favorite thing about having a dog?
Probably like walking with him, but not exactly waking up early and feeding him and walking him like in the morning, but maybe like holding him and stuff. I have 2 dogs and they're really cute and they like snuggling and stuff.
Aww. What is your favorite animal?
Well, either a dolphin or a panda. I really like pandas and dolphins.
What is your favorite subject at school?
Probably like reading, or when we talk about politics, or like English or science, or one of those, or socials.
What is your favorite breakfast food?
Well, I like pancakes, but that's like a fancy breakfast. Maybe, well, for food, anything candy. I love candy, always candy.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite candy?
Maybe a type of chocolate bar, lollipop. I don't know. I can't choose.
Yeah. Would you rather be a bird or a fish?
Well, a bird, you could see stuff, and a fish, you could go underwater and never like have to hold your breath. So maybe a fish or a bird you can fly. I don't know, too hard.
What do you think makes someone smart?
I think it's not knowing a lot of stuff. I think it's more like how you process information, or more like how you're open to learning if you're curious.
I think, yeah, curiosity is very important. Do you have like a favorite song or a favorite kind of music you like to listen to?
I like pop music.
What do you think the world would be like if children were in charge?
It would be hectic, crazy. People think that like if kids could choose a lot of the times what you want to do, everything would be a lot like you could do a lot more things. But if you think about it, like if kids probably can't do all the things adults can because they don't have all like they didn't go through a life of like learning how you could do that. So it would be crazy and something maybe I'd not want to live with. Like, sure, you want a few rules that kids make up. Yeah.
That's a very good answer. Envisioning a world where kids rule the world. I mean, I guess it depends on what age, but I mean,
yeah.
What if it was 4-year-olds?
Oh, that would be a lot more of like, maybe not read me a story and more give me a lollipop. But that's just how I think of 4-year-olds and how most of my cousins who are 4 act.
So we're going to go into some questions about reading. So I see you brought a book today.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us the name and author of that book?
The book's called Wonder. It's written by RJ Palacio.
And can you tell us a little bit about the book without giving the ending away?
Yeah, I'm not even finished the book.
Okay, even better.
Yeah. It's about like a kid who was born with facial differences, and like ever since he was young, he's always been homeschooled because he was afraid of like what kids would say at school. And then in 5th grade, or the start of middle school in USA, he like he goes to school for the first time and he gets bullied a lot, but he has to push through. And it's not really getting bullied, but like it's the story of how he reacts to all this. And then it even shows like the sister point of view. I just had got that part. It's really good.
Okay, so does it like go in like one chapter is in his view and then another chapter is in someone else's?
Not really. I read like the whole first part is in his point of view, and then it gets a tiny bit into his sister's, but not much. It's mostly just his point of view.
What made you want to bring this book and chat about it today?
Probably that it shows you a lot different ways people might be thinking when you like. If you think that you're not being mean to somebody or something, you can read this book and be like, oh, that's probably somewhat in the way that they might be feeling. It's just really important and stuff.
So it kind of encourages people to have empathy for other people by hearing.
It's like putting you in somebody else's shoes.
Yeah. Right. And I know that book has also been made into a movie. Have you seen the movie, or are you planning on watching it after you finish?
I'm planning on watching it after I finish, but a long time ago, I think I did watch the movie, which gives away some parts. But yeah, it's a really good movie too.
I think that's okay because I think there's always things movies miss because they have to like compress it into
they have to make
an
it
hour
shorter.
and a half. So there's always some things in a book that you can get that maybe weren't included in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other books that you'd like to chat about? They don't have to be ones you've even read recently. It could be books that you've just loved in your life. Like, do you have a favorite book?
Not really. I've been reading a lot of books, like starting them and not getting to a good part. And then when I read Wonder, I kind of put them all on hold, but I'm going to keep reading them afterwards. So not really. I used to think that there wasn't any other option. If you start a book, you have to finish it. And I feel like only this year I realized, wait, I don't actually need to finish this. I can put this away. Wait, like nothing's going to happen to me if I put this book down.
Yeah.
Like, I can keep reading this book, and it's really good. But I think I'm going to go back to those books because they're all so good. It's like Artemis Fowl and a few other ones.
There's only so much time in a day. Sometimes you have to make your reading choices wisely and prioritize those books. Can you tell us about how you became a reader and if you always enjoyed reading or if it was something that you more recently got into?
I think I've always enjoyed reading. When I was younger, I would pretend I could read books and just like make up my own stories. I always like making stories, talking about stories, listening to stories, and I just really like reading. So, yeah.
Nice. What is a book or books you think every child should read?
Well, of course, Wonder, because it shows you empathy. It makes you have empathy for everybody more. Also, like, just a book like this that gives you more idea, or also just a book that's all about like imagination that just shows you kind of it's fine to like have imagination and all the ideas and stuff. I like books that are about imagination that don't really tell you what you have to be imagining, otherwise it's not really imagination. But I like books that say like you can imagine, gives you more an idea than some like a strict thing that you could imagine about. Like I like just imagining everything.
Who is your favorite book character and why? Do you have a favorite book character?
In this book or just in all books?
Just in any book in the world that you've read.
Well, I like Hermione and Harry Potter's. I read all those. They're really good. I like, I don't know. It's hard to remember every character's name. I have very bad memory. Whenever I try to remember like a character in a book's name, I imagine like everybody who they've seen, but I can't imagine like the one I'm looking about. Mm-hmm. Then the next day I'm like, I wake up early in the morning. It's this one. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I understand. I read so much. I have a hard time remembering book names. Like I'll remember how a book made me feel and I'll remember, oh, it was really good or, oh, I really didn't like it. But ask me the name. I keep a list. Yeah. And then I have to write them down because I will not remember the name. Here's a good question. In your opinion, what makes a good book?
A book that doesn't have like evil characters and good characters, but like multi-sided characters. on all sides. Well, not even on all sides, where it's like not sides and gives you opinions and stuff. I also like it when they have like very much division, but then when you go into the others division, well, like it says this is the bad group, this is the good group, this is the bad group, this is how it's supposed to be. And then you hear about their point of view and it's not really. And I like those books where it's kind of you're realizing that's not how it is exactly.
What would you say to someone to encourage them to read who does not like reading yet? So a child is like, I don't want to read. I don't like books. What would your advice be?
I'd probably say when you get to a good part in a book, you won't be saying that. But it will be. So like just find a book that you're going to like right now to get you into it. It's all about finding the right book. If I found the wrong book at the start, like I know my sister, she really got into books from this one book. I forgot what it was called, like Seaside or something. And if she hadn't had read a bad book, like she would have gone into books a few years after maybe. Not even, probably just like a few months. But yeah.
So that's all the questions I've got for you, unless there's anything else you wanted to add. Any other subject you want to talk about before we're done?
I don't know, not really.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Eleanor, for answering all my questions and chatting with me today. It was really nice to meet you.
You're welcome.